video, I'm going to be sharing 5 key methods that you can use to help improve your footwork for boxing. Footwork is one of the most important fundamentals for boxing performance. You talk to any boxing coach, they highlight the importance of developing that footwork before even talking about throwing punches. You look at some of the best fighters today, Usyk, Crawford, Inoue, they all got unbelievable footwork. How do you improve this? Now, I'm not going to talk to you about the technical aspects of boxing footwork because that's not my remit. My remit is improving physical performance. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about stuff that you can do in your strength and conditioning sessions, then can transfer into improving your technical footwork to help elevate your boxing performance. So the first one is technical, talking about themed drills. Now this is more a boxing coach's perspective, so I'm not going to go into the technical aspect. This is why Callum Beardo did this video and led on this video a couple of years ago on the Boxing Science channel. But the main emphasis about this was having themed footwork drills rather than doing the same thing over and over again and not really thinking about stuff, being quite subconscious in terms of moving your feet and everything like that. It's then thinking a little bit outside the box, you know, how to train that ability to pivot on the front foot or work laterally or being able to work to get in and out of range. So these videos here that have been shown on the screen now are some fantastic drills that we've developed before on the Boxing Science channel. Second one is plyometrics. To be proficient in footwork requires a lot of submaximal contacts with the floor and being nice and light on the feet. You also need to be powerful to step in range and out of range quickly and effectively. So this is done like over extensive periods of time, and this is why skipping is really important, to be light on the feet over extensive plyometrics. But also you need the training stimulus to help improve your efficiency doing these submaximal contacts. So we need to go from extensive plyometrics to intensive plyometrics. Intensive plyometrics such as like pogos, drop jumps, everything like that, to try and improve our ability to absorb and reproduce force in a very short ground contact time. We're looking for these ground contact times to be under 200 milliseconds and even towards 140 milliseconds. We often time this using a device called the OptiJump, where we can give athletes feedback how quickly they're on the floor, which will then transfer into increased reactive strength. However, if you haven't got this device, which a lot of people watching this won't have, this is simply like the foot contacts have to sound like a clapping action. And we can do basic plyometrics such as pogos, banded pogos and everything like that. And then we can take it into more advanced plyometrics where we're actually working on that speed and coordination. So a range of different drills that we do on our Ultimate Coaching for Combat Sports workshops. We also do it with our athletes as well, where we are challenging that ability to control and reproduce force and them short ground contact times, but with a speed and coordination element. And this can really transfer into gains in footwork for boxing. So these are very generic exercises that are challenging speed and coordination, but can be easily transferred into improving your boxing footwork. Okay, so the third section is lateral movement. Lateral movement is so important. Moving side to side, changing the angle, pivoting around your opponents. You look at athletes such as Usyk and Lomachenko, these are experts in this field. Now, a lot of the footwork drills are more looking towards the calf complex and that short ground contact time. However, what we do need to work on is to improve the stability around the hips, because if we're not stable enough when we're moving off to the side, we might overcommit and lose our shape, which will then affect our offensive and defensive position. So what we need to do is develop that stability around the hip, which is predominantly looking at glute strength and glute med strength. And the glute med is a muscle that just sits at the side of the glute and side of the hip. We can do general exercises to help improve glute med strength, such as banded side clams and banded side walks. And then we look at like kind of lateral power exercises, such as ice skaters and different variations of that. And these ice skaters are not only improving lateral power as we're driving across, but also when we're landing, we're needing to dip our hips and knees, really get them glutes switched on to be able to create that stability. There's a range of different variations that we can do. We can do it on its own body weight, landing. We can do it for distance We can do banded variations where we're overloading that lateral momentum. Ice skater with med ball. Loads of different variations that you can do to help improve your lateral movement that then can transfer into superior boxing footwork. Fourth one is isometrics. So doing calf isometrics, whether that's unloaded or doing it against a resistance, really important in developing that stiffness through the calf complex. We're wanting to try and improve that stiffness through the calf complex because this will help reduce any energy leaks during plyometrics, whether that's intensive plyometrics, which is our pogos or drop jumps, or extensive plyometrics, which is our skipping and also the boxing footwork as well. Performing isometrics really important. You can do 20 to 30 second holds body weight on 2 legs or on a single leg. The one that we normally use at Boxing Science is working against a resistance, where we've got the bar on our back going against an immovable object, trying to produce as much force as possible. A lot of institutes have got force platforms to feedback on the amount of force that an athlete is creating during this, but at Boxing Science we've just got the weighing scales that you can buy, heavy duty weighing scales anywhere between 60 and 100 pounds, and that can give you feedback to how much force that you're producing through that foot complex. And the score to go for is around about 2.5 times your body weight. An excellent score is over 3 times your body weight. That gives you a good indication how much force that you need to try and produce to create that stiffness that can transfer into improvements in your plyometrics, then can transfer into improvements in your boxing footwork. Okay, the fifth and final one is ladder drills. Now, ladder drills get a lot of flack in the S&C community, sometimes in the boxing community as well. But like I said, you see athletes such as Lomachenko and Usyk use this, and these are probably the best boxers for their footwork. So if these guys are using it, I think that is a useful tool. It's not the be all and end all. There's all these different drills that you should be doing as well, but the ladder drills are really good for speed and coordination, creating that speed and intent on your plyometrics, because like doing stuff like the Ollie shuffles that we do at Boxing Science quite a lot under timed condition helps athletes try and do that with as much speed and intent as possible. So then them ground contact times are extremely short, which is then improving that reactive strength. That speed and intent that they're doing on a ladder drill can then transfer into being nice free flowing during submaximal actions during boxing footwork. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video. 5 ways to improve your boxing footwork. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, because over our analytics, what we've noticed is that only 38% of you are actually subscribing to the channel. So there's a massive 62% that aren't subscribing. So if you hit that subscribe button, helps grow the channel and helps us create more content like this for you to help improve your training and your coaching. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button, and hopefully see you on the next video of Boxing Science.